Should be. Here's something that I want to show you. Here, this beautiful sculpture. This is not made of plastic, guys. This is made of wood right here. And there are a lot of signs in Disneyland, in California Adventure, and over in Florida at Disney World. There are a lot of signs and statues and really beautiful creations. And a lot of them have been done by a very talented sculptor that you might not have heard of, but I'm friends with him on Facebook, of all places. Sculptor that does these beautiful Kinman, K-I-N-M-A-N. Raymond Kinman. If you have Facebook, or maybe he's on Instagram, but I know he's on Facebook. But he's not, I don't think he's allowed to say like which ones he created. But from my understanding, I believe he's created anything and everything that you see that's made of wood. And he's been doing it for about 30 years. A really interesting guy, really nice guy. You can friend him on Facebook. He's got his regular Raymond Kinman Facebook page. And then if you're active on his page and you communicate with him a lot, he might invite you to his kind of behind the scenes Facebook page that he has, where he posts more of his woodworking photos and videos, large scale sculptures for Disney, and some very large signs as well. Oh, check this out. What is this little creature you have here?
This is Dolly Possum.
Dolly Possum! Yeah. I love it.
We found her in our trail. You want to come on in, check it out?
That's super cool. Let's go in there.
You might find some more.
All right. Dolly Possum. That was awesome. Hi, how are you? Concrete recreation of what one of these trees looks like. But these redwoods are massive. If you have not been to see redwoods in California or Oregon or Washington, you've got to do it, because the redwood trees in these forests are some of the oldest trees on Earth, and they're massive, absolutely massive. Look at this over here. This is a cross section. It's called the Millennium Tree right here. I don't know if you can read those little signs here, but in the middle there, right where it started, that was 818 AD. Our sequoia tree sprouts in a lush forest 6,000 feet elevation near present-day Porterville, California. So that's pretty interesting. And then it just shows you like over the ages this thing growing, right? And it finally is cut down in 1824. So this particular tree was first sprouting out of the ground in 818 AD. 818, not 1818, 818. And then down here it shows it was cut down in 1824. Pretty amazing. Look at that. The 1400s, wherever these are pointing, that's where the tree growth was. So the Millennium Tree is every tree that, I'm reading a sign here, and it says every tree has a tale to tell, and the tree's rings tell us its story. A California redwood grows by adding a new ring or layer every year of wood on its surface. So counting the rings reveals the tree's age. Written in the rings of the fallen tree are over 1,000 years of California history, from 818 AD until, okay, it was felled when it fell. So maybe it wasn't cut down. It says it fell in 1937. Okay, so I was wrong about when it was cut down. It actually fell. Anyway, if you want to see some of these in real life, plan a trip to Sequoia National Park. Sequoia National Park is one of the biggest, best redwood forests I've ever been to, at least in the United States. Beautiful waterfall here, very reminiscent of what you'll see in the Sequoia Forest, Sequoia National Park, I should say. Right here is the side of the Grand Californian Hotel. There's some more of it back in there. So yeah, Disney did a really good job of trying to recreate. Oh, look at this. They've even got like tracks of bears and deer here in the concrete. So you feel like you're walking along the path of the animals. But yeah, Disney did a really good job of creating an environment back here that makes you feel like you're in a forest. And if you're ever here at Disneyland or California Adventure and it's super busy and you just feel a little exhausted, especially in the summer when it's really hot, right? And crowded, this is a way to get away from the crowds, relax, enjoy some of the beauty of nature right here in California Adventure. Yeah, funny story about Sequoia National Park. I was there a few years ago with my wife and daughters, and I told them before that they have to be really careful if you see a bear, and there's a lot of bears in the Sequoia National Forest. I told them if you see a bear, just be really quiet and walk back slowly so that you don't scare the bear or the bear doesn't charge you. And I said, whatever you do, don't fall down. Well, sure enough, we're walking through a beautiful field of tall grasses and trees all around us, and we see a giant bear. I don't know, it was huge. It was a giant brown bear, and it was a mama bear. She had a cub with her, and it didn't see us. So we stopped, and I told my daughters, start backing up, guys, and they started backing up. And I started backing up, and what did I do? I fell over a log that was just behind me, and I made a bunch of noise when I fell, and the mama bear and the baby bear turned, looked at me, kind of startled, and I thought, oh God, this is it. The bear's gonna take me for dinner. But happily, they just went on about their business. There's a lot of cool things here. They've got these hoot and holler slides that you can slide down. And then they've got all of these wooden walkways here, which have, rope mesh screens on them so you don't fall off. And then they've got a really cool recreation of a ranger station. These ranger stations, ones that look kind of like this, are actually much taller in the wild. And they are actually fire lookout stations in case there's a forest fire. So this is a pretty accurate replication. I'm gonna go in here. I might lose you guys, but I'll just be in here for a minute. Okay, here is like what the ranger's office looks like. Here's some of the flora and fauna represented on the walls with these maps and images. And again, another view of this kind of like a 1950s, 1960s ranger station. Some of the gear, like their fire helmets, their axes, shovels, things that they would use to fight fires. I'm gonna walk across this bridge. Whoa! It's going up and down. That was crazy. That young girl ran across that. It made it really bouncy. But yeah, this is kind of a cool area. Sort of a playground area for kids so they can burn off some energy. But it's also really fun for adults. And they often have meet and greets back in here, like Chippendale. Whoa, we're going back and forth now. Oh man. Whoa! I can see why they have the rope fencing up, because you could fall over pretty easy. Whew, man. The other thing they have that's really cool here is they have animal sculptures. Remember I was talking about Raymond Kinman? I don't know if he did this one or not, but it's likely he did. I don't know how many they have, but these are all real wooden sculptures. And then they have in Native American languages the names of these. So this one is Wekwek Hawk. A fire was kindled at the base of a rock, and when it split open, out flew Wekwek the hawk. It's a Miwok legend. So this is from the Miwok tribe of Native Americans. Here's a really cute one. I mean, who doesn't love a turtle or a tortoise? This is Awanda, turtle. Left one eye open whenever he slept so he could protect the son that he kept. It's another Miwok legend. Very cool. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful, guys? So beautiful. All carved out of wood. Or at least these look like they're carved out of wood. I don't know if they are or not. They sure look like they are. This one is called Kakul Raven. Kakul Raven. This devious raven, he smeared himself black so his prey could not see when he swooped to attack. Another Miwok legend. Isn't it beautiful in here? I just feel like I'm in a forest today. This is a really cute one. The fish swallowing the coyote. Look at this. Fish swallowing coyote sculpture. This one's named Katala, bullfish. Coyote was swallowed by this fish, hit bit by bit, because he taunted him and just wouldn't quit. And this is a Wintu legend. So this is from the Wintu tribe of Native Americans. Oh, I like this one. He's got the maracas. Check it out. It's a vulture, a buzzard. This one's called Ase. A child lay dreaming when buzzard come along and taught him to heal the sick with a song. Another Wintu legend. Isn't that beautiful? I love how the Native Americans made these, came up with these. Oh, check it out over here. There's Goofy in there. It's a Goofy Santa with Goofy Santa with some trees. Let me see if I can zoom into that for you guys. There we are, right here in the middle of the forest. We have Goofy. That's so cool. I'm just going to walk down here a little bit so we can see Goofy. There he is. It's Goofy. That's awesome. It's Santa Goofy. Haha! That's awesome. So kids are coming to see Santa Goofy. Or Goofy Santa. I'm not sure which. Well, that was super fun. Okay, here's another one. This is a Ushkana, the dragonfly. So I thought this was about the beaver, but it's about the dragonfly on the beaver's shoulder. Whenever a dragonfly lands upon you, it's a sign that you'll always be calm, cool, and true. And that's a Serrano legend. That beaver's making himself a giant pencil. All these trees and plants in here are real too. They're not like plastic or you know, artificial. This is all real stuff. So props to the Disney gardeners. This is Tolelu, mouse. He played on the flute till the chief fell asleep, then took back the fire for his people to keep. It's a Maidu legend. Wow, so that's fire right there that the little mouse has. Oh, the frog is eating the moon. This is wild. Let's see if we can get around. You can see him a little better. This is Wilketi frog. She swallowed the moon, and because of her pride, now every frog's mouth is incredibly wide. It's a Maidu legend. Let's get around the other side so we can see it a little better. There it is. How great is that? So awesome. They've got these little tunnels made of, they're meant to look like they're made of fallen trees. So you can see on the edges here, we've got what looks like we're walking through the remainder of some fallen trees. Of course they're not, they're concrete, but they did a really good job of this. Look at that. That's fantastic. And there, of course, is the tree that we walked through to begin with. And there are a few of these giant redwood trees in various forests, like the Sequoia National Forest and up in Idaho as well, that you know, were killed and broken and burnt off by fire by lightning and then hollowed out, and you could walk through or drive through them. So that's pretty authentic. Looks like Grizzly River Run is not operating today because I do not see any water going through and I don't see any logs going through. And it's probably a good idea because this is ordinarily the coldest, I should say. I almost said the hottest. This is ordinarily the coldest time of year in Southern California, January. And so we have it's a good time for these rides where you get really wet and really cold to be renovated or maintained, have maintenance done. But yeah, here's the Eureka Timber Company, and this is the main sort of wheelhouse building you go through when you go through Grizzly River Run, and then you go up that steep incline there and then down through the river, and you get soaking wet. If you want to see how fun that is, if you've never been on this or haven't been on it in a long time, look for my video on the Grizzly River Run. I've got a couple of them on there, maybe 2 or 3, of me and my wife going down with other people, and it's super fun. It's super wild. They're really fun videos, so check those out. It'll give you a sense of what you'll experience when you go through the Grizzly River Run.
Please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. Thank you very much.